You give me life. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and as the video title suggests, today I'm going to be showing you guys all the books that are in my physical TBR that I have not read yet, obviously. So by physical TBR, let me just quickly tell you guys what I mean by it. What I mean is all the books that I own, which I have not yet read, and I want to read, obviously. So all the books that I own, but I have not yet read them. So I think that is what usually people mean by saying physical TBR. There's definitely other books that I want to read physically. So there will be books that I want to borrow from my school's library, from my friends, and there will be books that I want to buy in the future that I haven't bought yet. So all these books I will be reading physically, of course, but by physical TBR, like, they won't be included in today's video because I'm only going to be talking about the books that I own right now, which I have not yet read. And there's also going to be books that I want to read as audiobooks, ebooks. I'm not going to include them. So it's going to be exclusively only the books sitting in my shelves that I own, have not read. So yeah. So without further ado, let's get into the books because I have to get them from my shelves. So yeah, let's go. I think I severely underestimated because when I'm like done with getting all the books out of the shelves will be nearly empty, especially this one. I have two shelves, as you can see. This one is going to be nearly empty, and I have pictures of the shelf, which is good because I need to know how to put them back because there's going to be so many gaps in there. But yeah, let's get to it. Okay guys, so I think I definitely underestimated my TBR because just look at this. Oh my god, yeah. I also know I have about like 70 books, so we better start. We better start. So let's go. Alright, so let's get started. So the very first book that I wanted to talk to you guys about is actually this one, which is Detective Prabhagan. I don't know what to like say much about it because it is in Malayalam, which is my first language. So yeah, the reason why I'm talking so loud is because my neighbors are like doing something outside and you can really hear it. But yeah, this is a Malayalam book and it is in my first language. So it's guaranteed like it's not very popular. And I've been reading this for like the past few months now, which is actually kind of crazy. So yeah, obviously I'm not like really in the mood for it right now because it is in like my first language, and I don't usually read books in Malayalam, so it's like kind of a little bit harder for me to like really get into it. So yeah, that's the only reason though. But as the story is kind of good, it's definitely like a mystery or like a detective story, as you can tell from the title. It's actually like a whole bunch of like mysteries in one. So that is what the book is actually about, and I really enjoyed it so far. Like I read a couple of the stories so far, and they were interesting for sure. But I just don't think that I'm like in the mood for a Malayalam book at the moment, so that is why I'm not enjoying it as much as I could have. But yeah, it's not bad or anything. But the past few days I have been in the mood for something like this, so that is why I got back into reading it, and I'm like about halfway through the book right now, and I think I will complete it in the next few days because I have to get through all this. So yeah, let's move on to the actual TBR because this one I am actually like actively reading right now and I'm in the middle of it. So the actual TBR is, it starts with this one. This one is The Merry Adventures of Robin Hood by Howard Pyle. And this is a classic. It's kind of an adventure kind of story. It's an adventure story because like it's not any other genre. It's not a mystery, it's not a romance, it's not like it's not definitely not a literary fiction. It's more of an adventure story, which is like a niche genre. So yeah, I definitely can't wait to get into it because I really love like anything historical. So classics are not my general like go-to because the language in it is different. So I prefer like historical fiction that is written like in our modern time, but the story takes place a long time ago, but it was written in like the 2000s or 1900s or something. But yeah, this one though, I am excited to get into it because it's historical. I'm craving something like that right now because I did read The Book Thief, which is a historical fiction book. It takes place in the World War II. This obviously does not take place during World War II, but yeah, so I just have Book Thief right now. It's from my school's library. I don't own this book. I gotta give it back, but yeah. So I really love that book, definitely. So I am excited to like go back into something like that, like a similar setting, not a similar setting, but like a historical setting, yeah. So that one. And then I've also got another classic right then, that is Robinson Crusoe by Daniel Defoe. These are like similar editions, even though obviously this one has a matte cover, this one has like a glossy kind of cover, but yeah. I do know a little bit about what these books are about. This one's about like a good thief, like a positive thief, and this one is about some guy who like falls asleep and then wakes up later on. Yeah, so I'm definitely excited to read them. My dad got me these books, by the way, like in 2023 May or April, so it was basically about 2 years ago. By the way, if you guys want to know, I read books in the order that I buy them in, so that is why I've been reading this one even though I'm not in the mood for it. But don't worry, like I want it to be that way. It's my decision. So yeah. More on that later. I'm not going to explain that right now. I think I explained it in my April wrap-up video, so you guys can go ahead and watch that if you want. Okay, next one we have is Sidney Sheldon's Are You Afraid of the Dark? This one is a mystery, and Sidney Sheldon writes mysteries as well as romances. This one is a mystery one. I read his book If Tomorrow Comes, which is really good. I really enjoyed it. It was more of like a thriller. I don't know if it's thriller. It's more like an adventure story, literary fiction, romance, like everything is in it. But yeah, this one, I'm excited. It's a small book, as you can see. Yeah. And my dad got me that one as well. Next we have Stories We Never Tell by Savi Sharma, and this one, you guys, I got this one at my school's like book fair. My school had a book fair, and that is where I bought this one. This one is like a literary fiction, but it also has a romance in it. So it's about like two struggling people, like, you know, struggling with their mental health and everything. I'm not sure exactly, but it's a short book, as you can see, and I can't wait to get to it. It's an Indian book, obviously. It's an Indian story. It takes place in India. It's written by an Indian author, so yeah. And this book I got from my school's book fair, but technically my mom gave me the money to buy it, so mom, yes, mom. Okay, I'm also gonna get to these very soon because, like, as I said, I buy books in the order that I buy them in, so these are the oldest ones that I have not yet read, obviously. And that's the thing, because the oldest books that I have not yet read on my TBR, so they're only 2 years back. They're not 10 years back. That's why I read them in the order I buy them in. The main reason. Next we have Kadol Gajal, The Lone Monster by Rajesh Kiar. As you can tell, this is also a Malayalam book, so I'm not going to explain too much about it, but it is a Hindu mythology book, so it's about a character from Hindu mythology. You can search up Kadol Gajal, you'll get him, but yeah. I'm definitely interested because I do like the background of the character. I know about him from Hindu mythology, obviously, because I'm Indian, but yeah. Also, it's a series, so there's a second book as well, which is called Rakshasa Parvam, and my dad is like, he told me he could buy it for me. This one my dad got for me, obviously. My mom doesn't usually buy me Malayalam books, but yeah, my dad does. So most of the books that you will see that are Malayalam in my TBR, I think these are like the only ones. After these, I don't have many, but yeah. So this one though, my dad got it for me in 2023, but I don't remember when. Probably like August or September. Next, we have got okay, I definitely cannot wait to get to these. These are children's classics. They're like 5 children's classics. And I got these online, but I think my mom paid for them or my grandpa paid for them. I think my mom paid for them, but yeah. They're like 5 children's classics. The first one is The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I don't know how to pronounce his name, to be honest, even though I'm learning French. Like, yeah, so he's French. I love French. I'm not gonna lie. You can make fun of me for that. Next, we have Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. Then there's The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This is a classic. Like, all of these are classics, but this one is really popular. It's pretty big. It's not big at all. They're very tiny, but this one's probably the biggest. And then we have The Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, right? Yeah, L. Frank Baum. And finally, we have A Little Princess, also by Frances Hodgson Burnett. So these are like really good. I cannot wait to get to these, especially this one, because part of the story takes place in India, which is where I live. And I heard that it's not a very good representation of India. I heard there's some like subtle racism in there, but honestly, for the times, that is good, that it's subtle. Like, I'll take what I can get, to be honest. A win is a win. But yeah, the bar is in hell. Anyways, so let me put these books back. I will definitely be getting to these soon. The books that I've talked about so far, like about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I talked about like 5 books so far, and all of them I want to finish in July. So these books, like these classics, I want to get to them in August at least. But, well, yeah, I'm trying to like fit these in. I bought these online because they were so cheap. They were like 500 rupees for all of them, and to put that into perspective, like a book, like a standard size book actually would cost 500 rupees. So I got 5 of these books for 500, even though they're small books, so I can understand. But yeah, was definitely a steal, and I got it close to my 15th birthday. So I got all these books when I was in 9th grade, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay, now that we're done with the first pile, let's move on to the next pile. Okay, this one. This is Tell Me a Story by Ravinder Singh, and I got this for my 15th birthday from my mom. So yeah, my mom gifted this to me. I read another book by this author that was a romance book. I did not like it, but this one is not a romance, so I will like it. It's like stories from different people's lives that they sent to this author, and he just kind of like edited them and compiled them. So yeah. Next we have School Times by Ruskin Bond. This is basically just stories that take place in school. I'm not gonna lie, I am a student and I'm not a school hater. Like, usually pretty much everyone, all my friends, like they hate school. I also like skipping school sometimes because, okay, today, literally today, I'm on leave. I'm on leave because my friends are all on leave, so we just like, I just decided to take leave as well. Actually, I wanted to go to school because I was like, so what if they're on leave? Like, I don't have to be on leave. But then I woke up and I had a sore throat and I was really sleepy. So I was like, you know what? I called mom. I was like, I explained my situation. She was like, yeah, sure, you can be on leave because I don't think like they're gonna teach much. So yeah. Alright, so this is School Times for Ruskin Bond. They're just stories that take place in school. And Ruskin Bond is like a really popular author in India, even though he's British. I just learned that like a couple days ago. Not a couple days, but like last year or something. I learned that he was actually a white man, but he's a really popular author in India. I think he wrote no, that was, oh my god, that was another guy. But this guy has written a lot. I think we even had to like study one of his stories, but yeah. This one is Letters from a Father to His Daughter by Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, so this is actually this guy, Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, and I'm not gonna say that, that's disrespectful. I will get banned, I will get cancelled by Indians, but he was a prime minister. He was the first prime minister of independent India actually, and he had a daughter. And he was jailed, I don't know by the British or what, but he was jailed, and when he was in jail he wrote letters to his daughter. So I was thinking, okay, these are gonna be like emotional stuff, these are gonna be about his life or life, what do you say, life lessons. But guess what it is about? It is about evolution, it is about human history, and there's nothing I like more than that. So I love history a lot. It's my favorite subject in school, but yeah. So I am definitely excited to get to that. All of these three books, by the way, School Times, Tell Me a Story, and Letters from a Father to His Daughter, they were all gifted to me by my mom on my 15th birthday. So yeah, that was August 9, 2023. Now let's move on. This is Wake Up Life is Calling by Preeti Shenoy, and this one again I got for my 15th birthday, but from my friend, from my old friend Nandana. But yeah, she gave it to me. She also made me like this bookmark for my birthday, which was like really cute. She already owned this book, like she didn't buy me a gift, but she like at the last moment she made this bookmark and she gave me the book she already owned. But I don't care, I love it. So yeah, I would love to read it. By the way, this is part of a series. There's a second book in a series, and the first one I read from my other friend Sanjana, back when I was in 10th grade. So last year I read that one, so I can definitely read this one now. And I did like the story a lot. It's kind of like a literary fiction. Yeah, there's a lot of subplots in it, like romance and stuff, because that's what happens in a person's life. So that's all. But it's mostly like a women's fiction kind of book. Now next we have got Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I'm really excited to start this series by Rick Riordan. I know I'm a little bit too old because obviously I'm like in my later teens right now, but honestly I feel like this is a series that can be read by anyone. I am absolutely excited to get to this, and I only have the first book because all the other books, it's a really popular series, right? Like you're not gonna buy Harry Potter unless you really want to have it. Like it's available everywhere. So this one actually I found like 2 friends at school who have the rest of the series. So I'm like, of course I'm not gonna buy the rest. Actually, like if I had that sense in me, I would also not have bought this, because I usually don't buy books that are really popular. For example, if I want to read Fourth Wing, I'm not gonna buy Fourth Wing because literally everybody has it, right? So yeah. But I do think it's also at my school's library, so I will be able to finish reading this series somehow. I definitely want to get to it this year, later this year, a couple months later, but yeah. Okay, now the next book is also another fantasy series, also another middle grade YA kind of fantasy series, and that is School for Good and Evil. So we've got The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chainani. We've got The School for Good and Evil 2, A World Without Princes, and A School for Good and Evil 3, The Last Never After. The Last Ever After, sorry. So yeah, these 3 books, you guys, as you can see, the size difference is kind of crazy, but I am really excited to get to these. I feel like this is gonna be my favorite series so far. Like, I always like tell my mom, I say this like for fun, but honestly I think it will be true. I tell her, like, also, by the way, like, look how beautiful these covers are. This one is like a different cover because I got this from this one like bookstore. It's probably the most like famous bookstore in the state. It's called like Crossword, and yeah, ignore the dogs barking. I don't know why everything is so noisy right when I want to film a video, but yeah. So this one though, this one is like, it is popular, but yeah, I also got this from Crossword. I remember the day as well. I remember the day as well. It was December 21, 2023, and they cost a lot. So thank you, my mom, for getting these, because honestly, booking. Why did I say booking? Buying books online is way cheaper than getting them at a store. So this one also I got it at the store, and it's kind of a special edition. So I can see why they cost. I mean, it cost 600 bucks. I definitely 600 rupees, not dollars or pounds or anything. But yeah, I definitely would thank my mom for getting that, because if my kid asked me for that, I'm not getting it. So yeah. But it's a different edition to the next 2 books, but I don't really care. I'm not somebody who like wants a whole series to be in the same edition. Controversial opinion, because I don't care about that at all. Because like the more variety the better, so I don't really mind. Also, these like covers are so pretty. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I always joke with my mom that this is my favorite series of all time, even though I haven't even read the first book. So yeah, I have actually read like the first 2 chapters of the first book, and I can already tell it's gonna be my absolute favorite. It's the vibes. It's the vibes. It's not even the plot. I don't even know too much about the plot. This one is Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger, which is also another similar series. Usually, this is the big 4 of like YA kid series, right? Contemporary kid series. This is okay, there's Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, School for Good and Evil, and Keeper of the Lost Cities. Like, usually when someone likes one of these, they recommend the other 3. So I'm definitely excited to get to this as well. So these 2 I bought online, even though I bought the first School for Good and Evil book from the store. I bought the second and the third online, and I will be getting to the next 2 books. I think for my birthday this year, by my birthday, I want to have started this series. So when it's my birthday, I will buy the next 2, like 4 and 5. There's 6 books total, and then there's 2 spin-offs, which you don't necessarily have to read like right away. So I want to like binge the series like in one go. So book 4 and 5, I will probably be getting with my own money, and then book 6, like one book, I'll tell my mom to get it. I'm asking my dad for something else, so I don't really want to like, you know, asking for a book as well. Keeper of the Lost Cities, I will be reading slowly because there's like 10 books in the series, and also there's like 0.5 books. So like there's book 6, book 7, then 7.5, and then 8. So there's a lot of books in the series, bro. There's like 12 books in total. So I want to take it slow. I want to read like a couple books every year, and let's take it like that. So yeah, okay. Now moving on to the next pile, there's Robert Louis Stevenson's. Okay, Stevenson's Treasure Island. This is a very average version, as you can tell, so this will probably be read in a day. I have a lot of these average versions. Tell me if you want me to like make a bookshelf tour video. I would love to. Okay, now next we are moving on to the Shadow and Bone trilogy. That's another fantasy series. Honestly, even though I'm reading the, I didn't fart, it was the book. But yeah, since I'm reading these books in the order I buy them in, honestly, it's gonna be a huge fancy spree. But you know what? There's also books from the library and from my friends that I can borrow. So I think that'll break it up. Okay. Now, also I can read books online as well if I want to break from fantasy. But yeah, so I've actually posted like a short where I'm like unboxing this book. There's Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, and Rowan and Bryson. Can you tell I like glossy covers a lot? Because I do. Okay, so yeah, those are all the Shadow and Bone books. I would love to get to Six of Crows as well. I'm just like really intrigued by the Grishaverse series, and there's also another duology after Six of Crows duology that is what do you call it, like a Rule of Wolves and the King of Scars, and I would love to read all 3 series from this Grishaverse big like universe kind of thing. It's kind of like the Riordan verse. Like there's Percy Jackson, there's Trials of Apollo, there's Heroes of Olympus, there's a lot. So I would love to immerse myself in all these fantasy worlds. Do you guys know that I've actually never like really read a fantasy series before? I read the first 2 books of Harry Potter, and I'm still trying to find a third. So yeah, I own the first book, by the way. Like, literally tell me if you want to see a bookshelf tour. But yeah. Oh, okay. So next we have got The French Mind by Peter Watson. This is genuinely a chunker. You can actually use this for a workout, because let me just give you guys a quick example of how big this is. Wait, I don't think that works. This is the Shadow and Bone. No, that doesn't work. That definitely doesn't work. Okay, here's The Keeper of the Lost Cities, which is a genuinely like standard sized book, and this is how big The French Mind is. It's actually huge, but I love history. I love French history. My favorite histories are probably French, Chinese, and like European countries in general. Okay, not European in general. Okay, French, then probably the United Kingdom. They have a lot of history, and then Chinese, and then Indian because I'm Indian. But yeah, those are probably my favorite histories to like know about. I also like natives and like aboriginal peoples, but there's not a lot of info surrounding that. So yeah, these are my favorite histories. So I got The French Mind online. My dad paid for it, I think. Yeah, my dad bought me this basically. All the other books my mom got for me, the ones that I've talked about so far. And Shadow and Bone trilogy I bought with my own money. So yeah, I feel happy. I literally never spend my own money for anything, you guys. Okay. And by the way, all my dad buys me are books. Like that's what that's the only thing that he usually spends money for me, and I'm happy with that. Then we've got two Malayalam books, which are Madhura Vetta and Kali. I don't want to say too much about it. This is a short story. This is a collection of short stories. So yeah, again, I don't think you guys will know about it, but yeah. Now we have got The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson, of course. We're getting more to like the popular books. So yeah, this one is a mystery or thriller, and I have read the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. Actually, I've read the first two. I haven't read As Good as Dead yet, which is sad. I would love to get to it, but well, yeah, I would love to get to it, but I haven't yet. So and then there's also Killjoy. There's other books as well, like If I Survive, and she has definitely written other books, but this one I'm really excited to get to. Okay, so my mom got it for me. My mom got all these books, and then this one as well, the Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades by Farida Abiki Imide. I have no idea how to pronounce her name, but Farida, she wrote this book. This is really good because it has a lot of like people of color representation. I am really excited to read like a thriller or mystery set in school with POC representation. How cool is that? Like genuinely, that is a really interesting mix of things. I've also heard she's written another book, like When Girls Cry, something like that. Wait, let me see if it is in here. I don't know when this particular book was published. Okay, I don't think it was out yet, but yeah, this is her debut novel, so I don't think it was out when this book was published, but like when this edition of the book was published. Okay, now okay, that is it. Now let's move on to more books. So okay, this is correct. So that was bought in like May 2024, and then it was 10th grade. So in 10th grade, like in India, it's a big deal. Watch my videos. I literally say this in every single video, but yeah, yeah. So this one I got it as an exception. It was my 10th grade birthday, so it was my 16th birthday. October 9, 2024. So that's when I got this. These are George Orwell's books. So there's 1984 and there's Animal Farm. These are by the same publishers as the one that I showed you guys with like the 5 children's classics. They genuinely come out with the best books. I also have Wuthering Heights by them as well. They genuinely like make the cheapest but really good edition classics. Like, do you even see this? I would love to read these books because I bought them myself, by the way. These were by my own money. Yeah, obviously I ordered all these books, but honestly it's like, who bought them, you know? Yeah. Fun fact about me, as a kid I used to think like, if I choose something and even if someone else pays for it, if I choose something, then that means I bought it. I was a weird kid, but yeah. Oh, okay. And honestly everyone was a weird kid. Now we have Jane Austen collection. There's so many classics, like I'm gonna get sick of these classics, but yeah. I will have my friend Tracy to give me other books, of course. I think I'll be in 12th grade when I'm reading these. Also, honestly, no. Like, I'll probably be reading Tracy's books in 12th grade, but yeah. First we have Pride and Prejudice. What am I saying? Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Sense and Sensibility. Emma. Mansfield Park. And then finally, of course, Preservation, which is a tiny one. This is literally in the order in which, like, I read a video, I saw a video, I watched a video of like this woman who was like obsessed with Jane Austen, and she was like telling us the order to read them in, and this was exactly the order, and it's also the order it came in, so I don't really mind, you know. It's definitely the order I'm gonna read them in. The first book that I read was Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. I've already read that one. Obviously, it's not in this collection because I own that book, by the way. So yeah, that was a pretty cool book. It was an average version that I read, and I was like in 4th grade, so I don't remember 4th or 5th grade, so I don't remember too much about it. But yeah, I have read a book by Jane Austen before, and I would love to get, you know, into her writing style and stuff. As I said, I love historical things, so I like classics like that because I feel like Jane Austen's language you can kind of still understand. Wuthering Heights was such a chore to get through. Okay, now we have A Tale of Two Cities. This takes place during the French Revolution. Am I excited? Yes, I am. Okay, by the way, Charles Dickens. By the way, the Jane Austen books, they were also on sale. They were also like cheap. These were also from that same publisher who, like, you know, published all the other classics I'm talking about. This one my grandpa paid for, so my grandpa bought it for me technically. This one my mom got it for me. I've been telling her that I wanted A Tale of Two Cities, and she forgot, but she still got me the book I wanted. That is how strong our bond is. Yeah. Honestly, I have no idea when I'm going to get to these books, probably like in college, but yeah. This is The Color Purple by Alice Walker. I've heard a lot about it. My dad got it for me for my birthday again. These are all birthday books. That's when I usually get most of the books. But yeah, I ordered it and he paid it for me. He paid for me. So, he paid for it. So, okay. Yeah, that was my 16th birthday again. It was a really amazing birthday. I loved that birthday. Then we have 21 Lessons for the 21st Century, which also he got for my birthday, but I didn't even ask him to order it. Like, it was an extra gift, so that was great. Now we have a whole bunch of books that I got from a book fair. So one of my friends went to this book fair, and then he told me about that book fair that it existed. So I went and I got a lot of books. It's where you can like buy a box. You get a box, okay, not buy. You get a box, and then you can fill it up with books, and that is it. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point of the deal. Okay, so yeah. I went there and I got books. Okay, of course I got books. Firstly, we've got Sudha Murthy's Vice and Otherwise, A Salute to Life. My mom actually put this in the box, and obviously I let her have it because she was paying for the whole box. It was like 1,500 rupees, and with 1,500 rupees, as I said, a standard book costs 500 rupees. Also, these were used books. There's new ones, obviously. This one has not even made it out of the covering yet. Can you see the covering? It's in a cover, so it's not even been unwrapped yet because my mom just buys books. She doesn't even read. I mean, I do too because you can tell, but yeah. But some of them were used books. Some of them. This one was a used book. This one is Coastliners by Joanne Harris, and I also have Chocolat. I don't know if it's Chocolat or Chocolate. I don't know how it's pronounced, if it's the French or English pronunciation, but that by Joanne Harris as well. There were a lot of books by this author. It was really interesting. At first, I started like filling up the box with her books because I didn't see anything else that was interesting. But then after I looked around, I saw some other stuff. The Last of Serene, a novel by Rhiannon Jenkins Sang. This one, by the way, I really oh my god, it's not a hardcover, but still, I'm really excited to get to this book. By the way, Rhiannon Jenkins Sang. That's like 3 different nationalities or ethnicities in a name. But yeah, anyways, this book is a fiction, but also it's basically fan fiction about India's president. The same guy I was talking about, him and a British like viceroy's wife. So it's been like rumored that they had an affair, and then the president's the prime minister's. Oh, sorry, it was the prime minister, yeah. The prime minister's grandchild or somebody came forward and said like yes, they were in love, but like they never had a physical relation. He was actually in love with her like mind, so they had an emotional connection and stuff. So technically it was approved, but yeah, it's basically a fan fiction. I'm really excited to see how it turns out because that is a really interesting concept, to be honest. Okay, now we have Jacqueline Wilson's The Lottie Project. She was my favorite author when I was in 5th grade, so obviously I wanted a throwback, and I still read some of her. I will still definitely be willing to read some of her books. So yeah. And like in April, I think I read some of her books that I had not yet read. We have Dewey by Vicky Myron and Brett Richard. The Small Town Library Cat Who Touched the World. So there was this cat who was at a library, who worked at a library or something like that. He was the mascot basically. I love books like this, by the way, about cats. I love cats, if you don't know. Then we have An Infamous Army by Georgette Hare. Georgette Hare has books, okay? She has written books, like so many, and I would love to collect her books once I get a job because there's so many. I do not want to like waste my mom's money, but this is a proper historical fiction novel. Like this is history. This is like 18th or 17th century. So yeah, all these are from the book fair. We have Historic Materials. That's a series. Historic Materials is a trilogy. It's also a middle grade fantasy trilogy, but even though it's meant for like younger kids, like it doesn't have any romance or anything in it, compared to like School for Good and Evil, Keeper of Lost Cities. But at the same time, this can be read by adults because it's written in such a really, really cool way. So yeah, I've not read it obviously, but it's what I know, and it's the vibes. They smell so good. Like these books, these used books from Britain always smell so good. But yeah, we have Philip Pullman's Northern Lights. This was made into Golden Compass, the movie. Yeah. And then I also have the second book. I will show you guys that in a minute. Sorry, the third. Okay. Then we have Diamond by Jacqueline Wilson. This is from a like interconnected standalone kind of series. And I've read another one that is Rose Rivers. I have it and I've read it, but this is another book basically. There's some characters are crossed over, but that's it. So you don't have to read all the books to get to this, but I would like to buy them honestly by that time because I'll be in college. I want a side gig by then. Okay, now next we have Friend or Foe by Michael Morpurgo, just a short book. I put this in firstly because it would fit in the box. It was really small, so I had to like, fill in the space. And then the second reason why I took it was because my friend has read Michael Morpurgo books, and the third reason is because he's a popular author, and the fourth reason is because he writes a lot of historical fiction. Okay, next we have Secrets by Jacqueline Wilson. No idea what it's about. It has to be something regarding friends. Also, Diamond is also historical fiction. There's a lot of historical fictions I got. The Lottie Project is also okay. So this one has a lot of historical fiction in it. That's all. Bottom line. Okay. Next we have Casper the Prince of Cats. Casper Prince of Cats by Michael Morpurgo again. Yeah. It's about a cat. I don't know if it's a fiction or, I think it's a non-fiction, but it's a life of a cat. I'm not sure if it's fiction or not. Okay, next we have Dustbin Baby by Jacqueline Wilson. I know the story of this a little bit. It's about a girl who was like abandoned in a dustbin when she was a kid, and she's trying to find her mom or dad or something. Yeah, Jacqueline Wilson was traumatizing kids out here. Okay, next we have Picture Miss Satan by Heron Carvick. This, when I got it because it was a mystery. It looked pretty, pretty cute, and I did not know it was a 21 book series. I'm not continuing the series. That's all I want to tell you guys, because they're for like 1,000 rupees on Amazon. So I'm not continuing it. I don't think I'll enjoy it that much either. I think it's like a fun little book. It's like that kind of book. Next we have What Katie Did by Susan Coolidge. I am so excited to read this because there's also Jacqueline Wilson's version of it, which is just Katie. So I want to read the original first though. I love books like this, which are like, which are like classics with kids in it, like Anne of Green Gables. I haven't read it, but I would love to. Books like that are just so good, like Haiti and all that. I have Haiti. I've read it in like second grade. Then we have The Wreck of the Zanzibar, also by Michael Morpurgo. I don't know how he's gonna like fit in so much in this like tiny book, but I'm excited to see. Yeah, that's even smaller than Friend or Foe. Okay, finally we have The Amber. Okay, not finally. We have The Amber Spyglass, also by Philip Pullman. So this is the third book in that trilogy. So when I get to the trilogy, I will have to buy the second book online. But apart from that, I do have the first and third book. Okay, that's good. Okay. Also, I do also feel that will be another favorite of mine. Like, I have not read a lot of fantasies, honestly, and I'm really excited to start my fantasy journey. I think I will love it because, honestly, fantasy also has that, like, old-timey vibe to it. Next, we have Early Indians, The Story of Our Ancestors and Where We Came From by Tony Joseph. This one my dad got for me, like, when I went there for my study leave before my, like, big 10th grade board exams. But yeah, he just got that for me. It's a pretty small book, but it is small font as well, so I think there's enough like content in here. Obviously it's historical nonfiction. It's about the evolution of like Indians, not evolution, but like human history of Indians, which I love. Then we have Mummy Fairy and Me by Sophie Kinsella. This book I actually got for my mom as a birthday gift, but I hold all the books because I have the bookshelf. So I got this for my mom for her birthday, like in March. So yeah. Then I have Out of My Mind by Sharon M. Draper. This is also a trilogy. I would love to continue it once I get into it. But yeah, it's a novel. It's about like a girl with cerebral palsy or something. Yeah. So she is about her like life because she can't move. I think she can't talk or anything. So that is definitely interesting. It's mostly like her internal monologue. I'm interested to see how it goes. Then we have The Puffin History of the World, Volume 1 by Roshan Dalal. There's also Volume 2. This is my shit. I love it. It's my favorite. Oh my god, it's a prized possession. Okay, then we have Varagalkum Medigalkum Appar by Pattathanam Sriyana. This is another Malayalam book, and this is my cousin's grandfather's. Okay, cousin's grandfather wrote this book. Basically, he was a big like journalist for the newspaper and stuff, and he wrote this book. Even though he's my cousin's grandfather, like that doesn't make him my grandfather, but I do have a good connection with my cousin's grandparents. So him and his wife, I love. I went and stayed with them for the summer and stuff for a couple of days, and they are so cool. Oh wait, and I got the book signed as well. I got the signed book with my name on it. Can you see it? Okay. I also have the signed. Oh my god! Wait. Let me get that book. I don't know if I can. Oh my god! Wait. Wake Up Life is Calling is also signed. Look at it. Literally. This is the perk of having a rich friend. Okay, then we've got the If Love series by Anna Huang, If We Ever Meet Again, If the Sun Never Sets, If Love Had a Price, and If We Were Ever Perfect. No, If We Were Perfect. Okay, yeah, so I've got like the 4 books right here. And let me tell you, I am going to love it because it's like, I don't know, like I've read the Twisted series, it's a little bit too intense for me, it's a little bit too overdone for me, but this one I feel like will be enough because it's sweeter. It's not as spicy as the others. I think there will be spice because it's Anna Huang, but it's not as spicy as others. It's more like innocent, sweet, and it's her first series, by the way. Yeah, so I'm also excited to read the Kings of Sin series and like the Striker and stuff. Tracy has it, another one of my friends has it, so yeah. Okay, now that is my entire fiscal TBR. I will put on here how many books actually have my fiscal TBR because I think it's in the 70s, but I don't remember exactly. However, we're not done. We do have a couple more books. So these are older books, like my mom's books and stuff that I would like to read someday, but they're not really in my TBR. It's not like a big priority because this is the thing, right? I have these books in the order in which I bought them in, so these don't fit in that order anywhere, so I will just read it someday if I can. We have To Listen Is to Heal by Albert J. Nimitz. This is a tiny book. My mom won it for... also, by the way, the If Love series, my friend, Nandana, who I talked about, she gifted it to me for my, like, when I moved. So I moved to this house like a little while ago, and then when she came, like, for the housewarming and stuff, she gifted it to me. And The Puffin History of the World, Out of My Mind, like, my dad got me those books. Okay. And the second and third School for Good and Evil books as well, my dad got it for me. Now, To Listen Is to Heal, the third one my mom got it for me, and the second one my dad. Okay, so To Listen Is to Heal, it is like, it is a lot of little poems and stuff. It's kind of like a self-help book, but in poems, so I'm excited to read that. It was published like 50 years ago. My mom was a kid. We have Kidnapped by Robert Louis Steers, and do you see how old this copy is? My grandfather had this in his youth, so yeah. I think my mom was like a kid when that book reached my father's hands, and it was from like the UK or Ireland or someplace, I don't remember, but one of his relatives or friends was like abroad, and then he brought this book. Now we have Bari Velasanga, Jeevada Kuruchula Sambhashana by APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, this is actually, I'll tell you guys the English title of this book, Guiding Souls, Dialogues on the Purpose of Life. This is, as you can tell, what it's about. It's like kind of a self-help book, but it's not really self-help. It's like a mix of self-help and like autobiography. So that's what this book's about. And I am definitely excited to read it. Actually, I'm not that excited, but you know. I've read his autobiography before, which is Wings of Fire, and that was in my April wrap-up. Please watch my videos. Next we have Dilave Yatra by M.T. Vasudevan Nair. This one, I don't know exactly what it's about, but it's a tiny book, that's all I know. It's like 100-something pages. And the size is small as well. Next we have Aranarida by Paapur. Okay, my mom has read this book and she said it's nice. It's about like a guy who's like sick or something and it's live. I'm not sure, but it's an interesting concept. I forgot about it though. Then we have Things Worth Having by R. Lesser. These are all my mom's books, by the way, when she was a kid, or when she was young. Like the Guiding Souls book, that was not when she was a kid. It was when she was young, and it was her friend's book, but she just loaned it from them and she never gave it back. Okay, so this is Things Worth Having by R. Lesser. Again, this was also what she won when she was in 7th grade for getting good grades. They used to give them books. Are you kidding me? I would kill for that, but yeah, instead of like a fake ass trophy. But okay, this is also kind of like a self-help book. These are like kind of a little bit religious as well. It mentions God and stuff. So yeah, this is Idu Vijayavidi by Jos Pandapranote. These are all like Malayalam books, by the way. This one is an English one. There's a couple English ones, but this one is also a Malayalam book. It's about how you can be successful in life. That is basically what the title is like. This is the path of success. That's what it translates to. Next we have Coming Back, The Science of Reincarnation. This one was just at home, so when we were moving I just got it and that was it. It's about like reincarnation. Somebody believes in reincarnation and he just wrote a book about it. It's like a huge like concept in India, reincarnation stuff. Then we have oh my god, wait, my hair. Okay, next we have More Tales from Shakespeare. Okay, whatever that is. It is in such great condition. Do you see? Genuinely, bro. Oh, but I do have to study Macbeth for school, so I already know the story, and I do have Macbeth as a separate book. I also have Midsummer Night's Dream as a separate book. Those average books like the Treasure Island one. Didn't I show you guys like the little Treasure Island book? Yeah. So this one is like actual play form of Shakespeare books. I mean Shakespeare stories. Yeah. I've not read it. I have not. I think I read like one story. This is more like a textbook though. I think it was my mom's textbook when she was a kid. Next we have 3 books that don't belong to me, but they're my aunt's books, and I'm just like I have them with me, so I'll read them and give them back someday. We have Pennangal Adayalapaduttunna Bhuvadangal. That basically means maps marked by women. So it's like a women's stories book. These are actually stories of women, but they are non-fiction, by the way, I think. And we have Common Yet Uncommon by Sudhamurthy. Sudhamurthy just like writes stories about people's lives. By the way, they're not even just like stories. I think they're not made up. I think they're real books. I mean, sorry, real stories. So yeah. And the other one that I showed you guys, which was not unwrapped yet from that book fair, Wise and Otherwise, I can't get it out right now because like this whole stack would fall down. But yeah, this was also like similar to that one. And there's another one that I read. That was in my September wrap-up video when I was in 9th grade. It was called like The Day I Stopped Drinking Milk. Yeah. Finally, we have Naam. I have actually zero idea what it's about. Is it fiction? Is it non-fiction? Is it a story? I have no idea. But my mom was the one who borrowed both these books from my aunt. Obviously, she's never gonna read them, but yeah, at least I can. So yeah, that is all the books that I own that I have not read yet. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sweaty right now. I'm just gonna stop filming. My phone is like probably overheating because yeah. And thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. I am definitely going to start working through this TBR very soon. I am actually in the process right now. Once I finish this book, I feel like things are gonna go really fast. And yeah, so I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Bye. And I'll see you in my next video, which will be the July wrap-up. Possibly.